You wanna know what they would do up there?
What?
They would take their victim, they would make an incision in the chest, break open the chest cavity, pull out the still beating heart. Ah!
Wow.
That's what they would do.
Okay guys, Operation Surprise Jordan on his birthday is underway. I've been planning a trip to Chichen Itza and Ekbalam for like 3 weeks now. So he thinks we're just going to Costco and maybe and also to go see a movie, Blade Runner, which we are actually. But I've also rented a car and I've rented an Airbnb spot, and I've got the whole 2 days planned to see as many ruins as cenotes as possible. So he has no idea. So I've just been like trying to pack my bags without him noticing, and he's surprisingly like cheerfully oblivious. So I'll let you know how it goes. All right, after much planning, finally revealed the big surprise to Jordan. He was very oblivious the whole time. And then we got to the car rental place and I just had to tell him, but it's kind of funny. Anyways, what do you think, bud? Are you excited?
Yeah, I am ecstatic. I can't wait. I thought we were gonna spend most of the day running errands and going to Costco. So the fact that we get to see Chichen Itza is gonna be super exciting. I really have wanted to see it, but I've been real hesitant because everyone tells me that it's way overcrowded. And it's almost not worth it because it's so overcrowded. So because we're gonna be spending 2 nights in Valladolid, we'll be able to go to Chichen Itza first thing tomorrow morning before the tourist buses get there. Oh yeah! Okay, good morning everybody. Oh wow, look at that, that's a nice little hairstyle. Just woke up and we are gonna get an early start off to Chichen Itza. Here's Desiree, getting ready.
Chichen Itza, woo!
See me in the car going right to your door. 5 minutes later, I'm down on the floor. Thought my name was Reggae, but upon it in babe.
I think something that Chichen Itza is really well known for is not necessarily just its size, but also the fact that like the architecture is really well defined. A lot of the other Mayan temples and ruins, even when they were initially built, they're more or less big mounds that they were able to just kind of fit some stones to the outer layer of. Whereas Chichen Itza, it's got this kind of defined step sort of construction. So it resembles more than almost any of the other Mayan pyramids, the Egyptian pyramids. So a little bit more complicated and robust architecture.
This is definitely the most impressive ball court.
Yeah, no kidding. This thing is massive.
The ball courts at Uxmal and Cobas seem to be kind of inverted at angles. These are just like jutting straight up. It's cool.
Yeah, not to mention, I mean, these must be 20, 30 feet in the air, yeah. The actual hoops, whereas they were only like 10 or 12 at the other places.
Yeah. How do you even get a ball from your hip to that?
So you can see there's sort of the lines of the snake that has feathers right there, and then it goes all the way until you get to the actual snake head, and that there is the rain god, the depiction of the rain god. So this whole wall is just full of engravings of skulls. Super creepy, buddy.
Just a little bit.
Pretty gnarly. Dang, that's like so crazy. Look at that. They definitely weren't being subtle. You want to jump in there, bud?
Yes.
Doesn't exactly look like a very clean cenote. I learned that they would do a lot of human sacrifices by throwing people into the cenote, and it's just this sheer cliffs on all sides. And so a lot of, recently they've done some diving expeditions down to get artifacts and stuff from the bottom, and I think they get a lot of pottery and a lot of, you know, non-human sacrifices that were thrown in, as well as a lot of skeletons at the bottom of this thing. Pretty gnarly. And the Mayans thought that cenotes were like the access into the underworld, so that's why they were always throwing stuff down there.
We just finished dinner. We're strolling through the little center of town, and it's nice and cool. Everyone just kind of hanging out. Some teenagers, families. It's a nice little scene.
Okay, so we're finally at the point of the project where all the glassing is done. As you can see, the extension is physically complete, and now it's just the process of fairing. So we've applied now 2 coats of fairing compound over the entire extension, and now, as Willie can attest to, is the really fun part where we take our sanding boards, our long boards, and just by hand sand this puppy. It's definitely the most physically grueling part of the whole project because you're just literally putting your body weight into every stroke for hours. But that's the only way to ensure that you get a perfectly fair result. And since we're going to be putting a glossy paint over it, you need it to be, you know, perfectly flat and smooth. Or else you'll be able to see every imperfection. So for our crew today, it's gonna be sanding time. Probably hard to recognize, but this is the extension, and I think it turned out great. I actually wasn't involved with the painting process, but they ended up painting the entire boat, and I think it turned out great. I'm really happy about it.
Do you want to spend some more time in the boatyard?
No. I'm so boatyarded out, it's not even funny. The project took over, did it take like 3 months? Yeah. More or less, 3 months.
How long did you think it would take?
A month. So it took three times as long as I anticipated. But anyway, it turned out great. It's really strong. The space, I mean, as an actual swim platform, it's super nice. I mean, lots of space. Now they can get down off of their main deck right there and you know, get in and out of the water using these stairs real easily. So yeah, I'm super happy with it, and I am just like looking at it, I'm just blown away that like I actually took part in building this thing. Like, it's so freaking massive. I never thought in a million years that I would be, you know, building stuff like this. And I mean, if you think about it, I learned how to fiberglass, what was it, 4 years ago? On Atticus. Our very first project was glassing the rudder, I think.
Yeah, and we used fast hardener.
We used fast hardener in the summer in Key West.
It was smoking.
It was so ridiculous, yeah. But anyway, to go from that to this, and like, you know, just the fact that, like, you know, I was able to do this and put away a bunch of the money that we're gonna need to keep sailing the Caribbean this next summer. I mean, that's just, I just can't believe it. It seems totally like a fiction to me.
Okay, so Jordan and I are taking a couple days off for our wedding, so we're having a welcome party at Milagro Marina, which is where we dragged. You can kind of see Atticus way in the background. We brought it over, so we've been giving everyone tours. Everyone's saying hi down below, but it's been a crazy couple of days, so yeah, it's been really fun though.
Today is a celebration of friendship, family, and adventure. I think everyone here can agree that Desiree and Jordan have brought all these aspects into our lives.
Jordan, I can't promise that after today, all of a sudden, I'll be your perfect partner and wife. I'll still say things that I know annoy you, like, I forgot how to sail, or sorry, not sorry. I'll still try to stay in the V-berth until the last possible moment every single morning, thinking it almost impossible to get anything done. I'll still try to trick you into giving me massages every day. And by the way, Jordan is telling me with his eyes right now, he's going to give me a 2-hour massage in the V-berth tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Thank you, yeah.
I can promise you, okay, I'm going to start crying now. I can promise you that I'll put everything I have into our relationship and our journey together. I'll push myself to be gentle with your feelings, especially when I'm editing your videos and stories. To not always let you apologize first, and to constantly remind myself that it's my job to make sure that you feel appreciated, challenged, and excited for what's next.
Desiree, as you know, my personal hero, Carl Sagan, once said something that I find to be particularly beautiful while he was contemplating the relative length of a human life. He said, "We humans are like butterflies who flutter for a day and think it's forever." Personally, I don't believe in soulmates, but I do believe that we get this one extremely brief and yet remarkable opportunity to experience life. And if this is the only chance, then I desperately want to spend as much of my time as I can with you.
All right, it is my honor and great pleasure to present you as husband and wife, Jordan and Desiree. You may kiss the bride.
When Desiree and I met, we had both already committed our lives to traveling the world. For us, home was and still is not a place in reality, but something that is always changing. We have lived in so many places, met and loved so many people, and to have them all here for this single occasion was beyond description. I have never before felt so much love and happiness, and yet I'd never before seriously considered the sacrifices we've made to follow our dream. To always be sailing away from those we love in search of something so intangible. In the end, is what we gain from our adventure worth what we give up? I'm still not entirely sure. Maybe it's just too close to call.
Hey
Hey guys, well, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Just wanted to let you guys know, Desiree actually asked me a whole lot of questions after we finished the swim platform extension on that Bertram, and kind of interviewed me in regards to, you know, what it's been like refitting Atticus, learning how to fiberglass and do a lot of boat maintenance and fabrication, and getting all the way up to the point where now I'm able to do fiberglass and stuff like that for a living. And so if you guys are interested in that full interview, you can click this link, or you can click on the link in the description below. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. All right, thanks guys.